Welcome to this explainer. I am so absolutely excited to dive into this one because today we're unpacking a massive, fundamental shift in how we actually interact with our computers. Specifically, we're looking at Google's 2026 workspace updates. We're talking about moving away from all that tedious manual typing and shifting into fluid, voice-activated delegation. If you've ever felt like your digital tools are literally slowing down your brain's natural momentum, well, we're going to explore exactly how that friction is finally disappearing.
Let me ask you something to start us off. Are you still carefully typing out every single AI prompt? Just think about the daily friction in your modern workflow. You have this brilliant idea, but then you have to literally stop, stare at a blank screen, and try to engineer the absolute perfect sequence of words just to get a chatbot to do what you want. We've kind of accepted this as normal, right? But honestly, staring at that blinking cursor, that is officially becoming the old way of working.
Okay, let's dive into this, because we are officially leaving that passive back-and-forth chatbot phase behind us entirely. We are entering what's called the agentic AI era. And this isn't just a minor update, it's a massive paradigm shift. We're moving from using AI as just a reactive tool you have to constantly direct to actually partnering with it as a totally active, autonomous system.
So what exactly is an agentic AI? Think of it as a highly specialized digital worker. The real magic words to focus on here are autonomous multi-step action. Instead of you having to hold its hand through every tiny little micro-task, this tech can now orchestrate fully autonomous digital task forces right there in the background. You just hand it a high-level goal, and the agentic AI figures out the steps, navigates across your different apps, and actually does the work to solve the problem for you.
Let's bring this down to earth and look at a really practical, real-world example. We can all absolutely empathize with that universal dread of the morning inbox scramble, right? You log on and boom, it's just this chaotic barrage of emails, sudden schedule changes, and urgent requests that spike your cortisol way before you've even had a chance to finish your coffee. Well, here is how Google's new out-of-the-box agent, which they're calling Daily Brief, completely intercepts that morning chaos. Before you even crack open your laptop, this AI is already on the clock. First, it scans your Gmail inbox to see what dropped in overnight. Second, it synthesizes all that new information with your calendar. And third, and this is the absolute best part, it doesn't just give you a generic summary. It prioritizes everything and suggests immediate next steps in a really clean, personalized, highly skimmable digest. The source material actually puts it perfectly. It says this tool transforms the start of your morning from a scramble into an action plan. I absolutely love that because it takes this highly technical, sophisticated AI and grounds it in a deeply practical, anxiety-reducing role. Instead of wasting your first 45 minutes just trying to sort through the noise, Daily Brief literally hands you the playbook. You get to jump straight into the work that actually matters. Now, let's fast forward a bit to the afternoon. That's usually when blank page syndrome hits the absolute hardest, isn't it? All your morning momentum just comes to a grinding halt. You've got the ideas floating around in your head, but the physical, mechanical act of typing them out creates this massive bottleneck. Well, this is exactly where we shift gears into working at voice speed. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference we're talking about here. On one hand, look at the old friction, painstakingly typing out these hyper-precise prompts like you're some kind of computer programmer just to get a decent document drafted. But then look at the other side, verbal brain dumping. This is the incredible new fluidity introduced by a feature called Docs Live. Instead of agonizing over your keyboard, you literally just start talking. You speak your thoughts exactly as they bubble up, totally unconstrained, without stressing over structure or grammar for even a second. You are literally working at the speed of voice. With Docs Live, you can ramble in a complete, messy stream of consciousness. You don't have to worry about the ums, the ahs, or constantly stopping to correct yourself mid-sentence. The AI acts as this incredibly patient, super intelligent thought partner. It listens to your raw verbal brain dump, grasps the underlying intent of what you're trying to say, and then automatically structures, formats, and refines your ideas. And it does the whole shebang entirely hands-free. The specific capabilities here are just staggering. You can outline incredibly complex thoughts out loud and boom, it instantly refines them into a polished professional tone. But here's the part that really blows my mind. Because this is an agentic AI baked right into Google Workspace, it actively pulls context from your other apps. Let's say you verbally tell Docs Live to write a speaker bio for an event next week. Without you typing a single thing, it will automatically pull your most recent resume from Google Drive, grab the specific event details from an email buried in your Gmail, and seamlessly stitch the whole thing together into a perfect draft. It is doing all that heavy lifting using nothing but your voice. Now,
let's zoom out for just a second, because Docs Live and that daily brief agent we just talked about, they are really just the visible surface-level touchpoints of a much, much larger ecosystem. What you're actually getting here is a true 24/7 digital assistant, and it's all powered by a persistent cloud-based agent called Gemini Spark.
Let's move to and see how this builds into something truly revolutionary when we look at what Gemini Spark can do autonomously. Because it's running continuously on dedicated cloud virtual machines, you can actually assign it these long-horizon, ongoing tasks. You can literally tell it to automatically parse through your monthly credit card statements and flag any sneaky hidden subscription fees. Or you can have it monitor your inbox specifically for emails from your kid's school, extract the critical permission slip deadlines, and just text you a quick summary. It can even synthesize raw, messy meeting notes from a bunch of different chat threads and autonomously draft a project kickoff email. All of this happens without you having to prompt it every single time.
I really want to emphasize what 24/7 actually means in this context. Gemini Spark never clocks out. Unlike the regular apps on your phone that basically go to sleep the second you swipe them away, this agent is operating securely in the background at all times. It is executing these complex, multi-step workflows even when your laptop is completely shut, your phone is powered off, and you are fast asleep. It is a true, persistent digital proxy that just keeps working on your behalf.
So this brings us to the future of work. I know what you might be thinking. Having a super advanced, persistent AI running constantly in the background sounds like it would be impossibly expensive, right? But there's been a massive shift in technical reality that makes this agentic workflow not just possible, but actually viable for daily production scale use right now. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the math. When you compare the heavy-duty Gemini 3.1 Pro model to the incredibly efficient new Gemini 3.5 Flash model, which is the engine actually powering these daily agents, the cost difference is wild. The Flash model costs just over 12 cents for 1 million input tokens. To put that into perspective, that is a radically disruptive price-to-performance ratio. It's exactly this incredibly low cost of intelligence that allows Google to give you an autonomous, always-on agent processing your emails and docs constantly without absolutely breaking the bank. The economics have quite literally caught up to the science fiction. Which leaves us with this final, incredibly exciting question to think about. When your AI is the one doing all the tedious typing, the organizing, the searching, and the formatting, what will you create? By completely eliminating the friction of the keyboard and taking away that morning inbox anxiety, working at the speed of voice does so much more than just make you faster. It fundamentally frees up your cognitive load. It lets you reclaim your precious time so you can finally focus purely on your highest level, most creative ideas.